Hey guys, Big Richie 2004 here, joined by three esteemed colleagues of the internet banter for wrestling. First of all, hailing from parts unknown because we're not supposed to say where he's from. Cough, cough, Pennsylvania.
Don't dox me, bruh.
The great G capital Q.
Yeah, because it's the first initial of my last name. Should be capitalized, sir.
You're such a...
If you're not down with that, we got... No, wait, never mind. I'm not going to steal Grimm's gimmick today.
Okay. All purple everything... Princess Diana! And Bailey, apparently.
Apparently. Welcome to my life!
And then we have another person who's all purple, apparently. Awesome musician, music creator, Popsky joining us.
Ooh,
And he's also my buddy who I watched the Royal Rumble with.
Yeah, you guys
Live.
did.
Jealous?
You guys did go to the Rumble.
yeah, it was okay. Couldn't see anything. Our screens were messed up half the time.
Yeah, that was true.
Oh, were you guys like outside tailgating it, or I never asked GQ much about it. I
No,
just
it
assumed you
was
had
like
fun.
just so from where we were sitting, we really couldn't see what was going on in the ring because we were on the floor, but we weren't like up at the way front of the floor. We were like toward the back of the floor before like the stands go up. So like we really couldn't see too much what was going on in the ring. Like occasionally we could, but like during the actual Royal Rumble match itself, the projector, like the screens that were over top of the arena, you know what I mean? Like over top of like where the match was going on, they weren't working, so you couldn't even watch it from there. So it was like we were just like yelling, "Fix our screen! Fix our screen!"
Wow. Popsky, I got one question when GQ
What
was
up?
there. When Ty Dillinger came out, did he yell out 10, 10, 10, 10, 10?
We both did. I freaked out, dude.
He's been... Someone's been
I hate it.
hating.
I hate it now, though. I think it's not a good thing.
All right.
I've gotten over it already.
Well,
But
speaking
we were marking out like crazy.
Speaking of Ty Dillinger, we had a Raw and a SmackDown this week. Since we got the Raw pay-per-view coming up, we'll talk about that. Let's start on SmackDown. So, the first segment that I have listed is the Nakamura Ziggler segment. Diana, what are your thoughts on this?
I think Ziggler is getting very lazy with his promos. Like, I'm hyped for their matches. I've heard good things about their matches. But what the hell was that promo? Like, I was laughing, but after it, I kind of rewatched it and I was like, I don't know. It didn't seem as funny as I thought it was at the beginning. And, like, Dolph on the mic is very cringeworthy to me now. He just had, like, what's the word I'm looking for? He had, like, no, I can't think of the word. I just thought he was very lazy and very awkward.
Do you know
And-
what... Sorry, keep going.
No, go on.
Do you know what this reminded me of with Ziggler and GQ? An old wrestling fan like myself might feel the throwback. I felt Piper's Pit. I thought that was like Roddy Piper interviewing somebody. Just pulling the mic away for like he did at WrestleMania. Really not caring, nonchalant. Like, I didn't mind Ziggler's promo. I thought he got his message across. I thought
The
some
jokes, though. He
No,
was like, wasn't he comparing him to, like, Michael Jackson or something?
Yeah, and then,
That's what I
he
like.
was also saying that like he looks up, like Nakamura looks up to him. I'm like, dude, Nakamura's like as old as you are, Ziggler.
Yeah,
Like,
it was just awkward.
making it seem like he's like some rookie. It's like this is freaking Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like-
I felt... Sorry, go ahead, Popsky. You chime in, buddy.
I was gonna say, like, what are you really supposed to do with, like, how are you supposed to do a promo with somebody that really can't speak English very
and has
well?
a mouth guard in, too, which
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
help either.
We'll get into that problem later on with Nakamura, but focusing in on Ziggler's work here, I thought his promo work's improved. It's better than him going out there sounding like Triple H with long, drawn-out pauses and phrases without that deep smoker voice that he was doing with the King earlier. And I think he has to be more cocky and arrogant because that's who he is. And I'm glad that maybe he's slowly going there. And he's, Ziggler's always referenced a lot of pop culture stuff. I always thought Ziggler had some light Jericho in him when Jericho was in WCW, referenced a lot of pop culture stuff. So I think I'd give Ziggler's promo work here like a 7 out of 10. I didn't mind it. The jokes, sure, they're a little corny, but, could get some cheap heat with them, which is fine. He's the heel.
Than his current, he always has the same, show-off shtick, a lot of times, and it seems like this was a little different than, his work. I agree with you. And I don't know if I would necessarily say it felt lazy, Diana was saying. I think him trying to, reinvent his character a little bit.
I think he went on...
He's not screaming anymore.
Yeah.
Every promo.
Well, I think he went on the network for $9.99. I don't know if you guys just saw what I did there. But I thought he went on the network for $9.99 and watched some throwback Roddy Piper. It reminded me of that. Now, I think the segment's biggest problem was Nakamura's mouth guard. And Popsky, do you want to chime in on good old Shinsuke here?
It just sounds like he's got a mouthful of marbles, dude. It's just, if you're doing a promo, take it out. If you're not fighting, just take it out.
I think it's part of his look, but maybe he just doesn't want to. Maybe they're telling him not to. I mean, Shinsuke
I don't think he needs to be talking at all, to be honest. I think they need to find either somebody to talk for him or just let his ring work do the talking. Shinsuke doesn't need to really be on the microphone.
I never looked at Shinsuke Nakamura and said, hey, you should be talking. I kind of like that he did something face that I haven't seen a foreign face come over and do, where he called Ziggler a jackass for the most part in Japanese.
Well, that's what he said in Japanese?
Yeah, and then translated it and said, you're a jackass.
Oh, I missed that then. I guess I zoned out.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a guy who needs dentures talking without them. You just hear a lot of gummed up words. I don't think he should have the mouthpiece. Any final thoughts you guys want on this segment? How'd you feel about it? Did it add anything?
I mean, it progresses their feud.
I just want to see them wrestle. I just want to see them wrestle.
I don't really feel like this is needed.
I think we're gonna have to wait till Backlash.
Yeah, Backlash.
Yeah, yep. for this. Like I said, I heard awesome things about their matches at house events, but these promos, I can't get behind them. I just like to see Nakamura.
I'd much rather have seen Ziggler in the ring with somebody. Nakamura just music plays and he comes out and causes Ziggler a match and stuff like that. Let the feud build up other ways. Neither guy is super good promo wise, so why give them the opening of SmackDown to do that?
So I feel like in the long run, this is the type of thing that's needed. Build the match up. And I like the fact that Nakamura and Ziggler are working house shows and dark matches because it's going to give them time to hone their craft. Back in the Attitude Era and, pre that, the New Stars era, whatever the hell it's called in the 90s, they used to do a lot of similar segments, long build-ups, and have a lot of the matches in the house shows and dark shows so you can get a good quality wrestling product. So I'm fine with that. I expect a lot out of this match, though. I expect them to steal the show and be the match on the card that everyone's gonna, stop and say, hey, great match.
Yeah, it'll be a good match. I just don't feel like they need to do promos. They can just do other shenanigans besides having Shinsuke talk.
Like, I don't think they want to put Nakamura in a match yet. I think they want his match with Ziggler to kind of be like, I don't know if I would say like his first match, but I mean, I guess kind of. Has he wrestled yet on SmackDown?
No.
No.
So yeah, I mean, so you can't really have him wrestle, but I mean, he could either interfere in Ziggler's stuff or, I mean, I don't really know what else you could do. Like, it's just they're in a tough place because they don't want him to wrestle yet. I'm like, if you could have him wrestle, like they could be in tag matches across the ring from each other, but again, like without then wanting to, use his first actual match until the pay-per-view. I guess this is all you really can do is this.
So, segment 2 that I have is Corbin and Styles, which ended with Owens coming down and Corbin and Owens beating up on AJ, and then Zayn making the save. So you have 2 different feuds heading in a direction. First of all, I think you have the guy who's being groomed as the top heel, in the process of being groomed anyway as the top heel for SmackDown, and probably like the top face in wrestling right now as far as the WWE goes. I don't see anyone over Styles. I don't think anyone is going to get cheered over Styles. Like,
Corbin did take the pinfall in the match though, like clean.
That is true.
Which
No.
like they've been protecting him last week. It was like a count out victory for AJ and stuff like. Yeah, I just wanted to note that.
Yeah, it was a roll up. It was a roll up. 1, 2, 3. I thought the match actually was pretty like lackluster. And it was just, there was a lot of them getting their stuff in, but nothing spectacular. But going into the second part, Owens and AJ. How excited are you for those two finally getting to go together after their ROH when they threw it down? God, was it 2007? 2008 was when they threw down an ROH? Anyway. Popsky, why don't you go ahead and give us your thoughts on the Owens AJ, where their feud's heading, and maybe the Corbin Zayn, how their feud's going together.
I think the Owens and AJ thing should have been a match like a year ago or so. Like, I think it's long overdue. I think it's gonna be pretty decent. Their in-ring work is fantastic all around, and how they are on the mic too. Like, their story can just be one of the best in WWE right now. With Corbin and Zayn, I don't know. It's okay. Zayn's still fighting big dudes, David Goliath style, so.
I refuse to comment on Zayn, as I am not going to get heel tonight. I am not going to get heel heat tonight.
You can't talk because you don't shut up.
All right.
What are your thoughts on the two feuds?
Go ahead, Diana. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I mean, I didn't see the match, the Corbins and Styles match, but I'm interested in Owens and AJ. I'm happy what AJ's a face again. I think regardless, he's going to be cheered anyway. And Owens is, Owens, he's going to be cheered at times and booed at times. I don't see AJ winning the title, but I think what this feud was supposed to be was like a filler until it was time for like AJ to go to Randy Orton. But now since Mahal is number one contender, I think this feud's gonna last longer than it was supposed to. So that gets me really excited.
And because of what's next, like if you read like what's next in our bullet points, it's like doesn't even seem like he's gonna get a shot then.
Yeah.
It seems like they're gonna probably keep the belt on
Orton.
On Orton, yeah, and then have him go up against Ruru. But I guess we'll get to that when we do. But
I honestly didn't know Corbin and Zayn were going to be in a feud. I didn't know it because I wasn't paying attention.
It really does seem like it was thrown together.
I will say Baron Corbin is my pick because SmackDown Live is having Money in the Bank. It's either him or Zayn are going to win that match, no doubt. So they're probably going to lead up to that pay-per-view in June, maybe.
I think the most entertaining person to win the Money in the Bank would be Owens, personally, and I'm kind of pulling for him, but we're not Money in the Bank yet. We'll get there.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
There's-
but I mean, to me, I think, like, even with Owens, like, who's to say that he tonight? Like, what if it's Jericho and then it's Jericho AJ again? Like, I know that obviously, like, it's gonna be Owens AJ. Well, at least we can hope. I don't
You know what? That we'll talk about that later on. Anyway, GQ.
My thoughts: Owens AJ are two of the top 5 best workers in the business, with AJ, or not in the business, but like in WWE, with AJ being the best. I think they'll have a great feud, and also Corbin Zayn. I feel like it was thrown together last minute. It doesn't seem like there's really much to it, but like what Popsky said, I think if it's like Zayn being the underdog like he was in his other feud on Raw against Braun Strowman, it might work for him.
Well, GQ, I got 3 words for you. Do you know what they are?
Machka, machka, machka.
Machka, machka, machka. Mr. Machka, Rusev.
The Ruru.
Ruru. Our boy Rusev demands a title match, says I will not be on SmackDown until you give me the title match, Mr. Daniel Bryan and Mr. Shane
he's got the short
McMahon.
hair. He's handsome Rusev.
He is.
He's also meme called.
Hey, we're presuming he's going to come back during Money in the Bank. That kind of fits his timeline with when he'll return.
That's what he said, didn't he? Didn't he demand the title match at Money in the Bank?
I mean, who's to say that AJ and Ruru couldn't be a thing? Like, I think that'd be a good match. I think Rusev is highly underrated, first of all. Great worker, so... He dragged a really good match and sold his ass off versus the Big Show in that impromptu whatever match it was. So... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying he got destroyed in that match. That was not cool.
It wasn't, but you know what? He did make it compelling. Like, you thought he was going to get destroyed. And he did make it somewhat compelling. What are your thoughts on the Bulgarian Brute, the super athlete from the super musician Popsky? What's his thoughts?
I guess I missed this segment because usually when I watch SmackDown, it's like the next day and I just skim through it, see if there's anything good. So I guess I just skimmed.
Yeah, it was just like it was like they were having a Skype call. That's what it even looked like. It wasn't even good, like, quality.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I completely missed it.
Well, let me ask you something. What would you be more excited for, hypothetically? Ruru and AJ? Ruru and Owens? Or Ruru Orton or Ruru Jinder Mahal? Assuming that we don't know who wins what, what's the most entertaining match for you?
For me,
Yes.
probably. Well, I don't think Rusev is face, is he?
Rusev can be whatever we want.
Okay,
Yeah.
if hypothetically, right, it would probably be Rusev Owens.
Could see
Would be the
that.
one you'd want to see the best. Dude, that would be a freaking beast of a match.
That would be so good.
I feel like they can be real brawlers in that match. I agree.
I mean, Rusev Jinder could work though too, because they were a tag team and they kind of broke up. Like, I mean,
That could work, yeah.
I'm all about some Ginger Mahalamania. Any thoughts on the appendix punter? WWE's appendix punter in him? I hope not. I really hope not. That's going to be a painful match to watch. All right. Then I grouped the next 2 matches together. The Beat the Clock Challenge. Diana's gonna return here in a minute, so...
I'm here. I've been here. I said okay.
Well, I don't know. You be right back. And you're like, okay, all right, whatever.
Oh, that meant, oh, sorry. Yeah.
Well, Diana, any thoughts on Rusev before we go into
I
this?
mean, I didn't see that segment either. I don't know what I was doing
man.
Tuesday. I just know that he wants a title match, and cool, because I like... Oh, sorry, my uncle. Like, I don't know.
No thoughts?
Yay, Rusev. I like Rusev. I just want him to be used properly, you know? That's all.
I think that's what everyone wants. I think
That's all.
Rusev is...
I enjoy him, but if he's being used poorly, it's like you're wasting good talent.
Well, if Lana's doing her own thing now, it's going to be definitely weird.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine Rusev comes on like some Run DMC stuff while Lana dances around, and Rusev's got like all the that old baggy jacket on, and those parachute pants.
Funkasaurus too.
Yeah. How about the Beat the Clock challenge? First of all, it wasn't really necessarily a Beat the Clock challenge.
No, it wasn't.
As it was more of 2 random tag team matches that were thrown together. American Alpha and the Colognes, and the Detention and Breezango. Or Breezango, or whatever the hell. Anyway.
Isn't it bad that I actually want Breezango to win? Like...
Well, they
No,
did.
I want it to happen too.
They did win. They're the number one. Yeah, they're the number
They
one
are?
contenders. They
Yeah,
did
they
win.
Oh my god!
Diana.
I like them!
You must not have watched SmackDown at
I
all.
did not! I don't know what I was
Yeah,
doing.
no,
Tuesday.
no. American Alpha won their match. Breezango won their match.
I knew,
but
so I knew-
Breezango won in a shorter amount of time. So
Oh,
yeah,
they
they
did-
won.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I just knew American Alpha 1 and Breezango, and I thought they were going to face each other.
Did you not see underneath new number one chicken tenders?
No,
Yes.
I did not. I wasn't paying attention.
God. Do you even read the show script?
I don't know what I was doing, okay? I was in my own little world on Tuesday. Now that just makes me want them to win because Tyler Breeze deserves so much more than what they're giving him. Like,
So that's Fandango. Fandango is gold on the
they're
mic.
both good, so the fact that they're
Fandango
teamed
is
together.
creepy as crap, and I love it.
But like the thing is, they're both good. They team them together to be a comedy act, but give them the freaking titles.
Yeah,
Just
speaking
do
of which,
it.
do you remember the time when they were like apparently tanning and the Golden Truth like turned up their like tanning beds and then they like came out and wrestled a match pre-show and they were like all burnt crispy and
Yes.
like were peeling?
Oh my god. My favorite thing was when Fandango was Johnny Curtis and his office in NXT was the bathroom. I don't know if you remember that, GQ. I thought
I
that
actually
was
don't.
hilarious. Oh
or the
my
time where he ate
god.
like a thing of mustard when he was Johnny Curtis.
Yeah, I remember when he poured milk on himself as Johnny Curtis.
But anyways, do you guys like beat the clock challenges or no?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I think that they're so
Especially if
stupid.
especially if it's 2 matches. Like I can understand if there was like when they do it for like world title number 1 contenders and it's like there's 8 people and it's 4 matches. Like you just have to beat one other team's time and you're the number 1 contender. Like that was it.
Look, this is the biggest.
Pointless.
This is the biggest problem with Beat the Clock. Okay. So it's billed as one team has to win versus the other team to advance. Team A has to win. What if Team B wins and beats the clock? Like, it just how it's commentated, how it's booked. So many problems with this. I don't understand why they keep doing it. Popsky, you have any thoughts on Beat the Clock and Breezango, whatever
I
they're
mean,
called?
I'm glad Breezango's finally getting a push. Like, I think they deserve it, and it's something new, finally. I mean, the Colognes could have won, too, because they're new, and they got this new thing that they're doing, not Shining Stars anymore. But I think Breezango is definitely, like, they definitely deserve it more, I think. And with Beat the Clock, like, it's just another match. It happens every so often. Like, I don't book it, so I don't really care.
I'll say this: American Alpha versus the Colognes was really good. Like, I thought that match was, for a tag team match and for as short as it was, like, I liked it. I don't have a
Yeah, it
problem
was
with
entertaining for sure.
it. Yeah, and
I like the Ascension. Why are they freaking just being buried all the time?
I don't know. I feel bad for them. Next we've got, oh boy, quite the showstopper here. Randy Orton and
Nope.
Eric Rowan. Big Red.
Any thoughts? Nope.
Nope.
Oh, excuse me. This was a no DQ match, and
No.
God, this was so bad. I don't
Can we just talk about Mahal stealing the title so that now the House of Horrors match cannot be a title match?
Oh God. Well, okay. I like that Mahal took the title. I like that. That's something that's different. They don't do that very often. He just straight up stole the title.
And he left in like a limo. Is he like freaking JBL now or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're billing him, the guy who's in 205, and the Sin brothers, Sign guy, Dudley brothers.
Which guy in 205? Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali. Yeah, they're booking them.
Or no, not him. It's probably the other one.
I don't know. Look, the guy from India from 205 Live that no one cares about.
Okay, well, anyways.
Yeah, like literally nobody cares about him. I like 205. I watch it. There's some really good matches. There's a great match on there this week, but
So whoever it is, he's with them now too.
I think that they're just making this very high-powered, high-finance, like Ted DiBiase from the Punjab style. The Punjabi millionaire. I don't know. I like Jinder Mahal. I'm a big fan of Jinder Mahalamania. I thought he's done a lot to get himself over. He looks fine.
He's so ripped too.
He is.
Before he left Jinder.
Oh, no, I can't.
Ripped as hell.
So veiny.
Oh, his body looks like a road map. There's
Lloyd
streets
Mahal.
everywhere.
Royds Mahal.
Oh, it's Mahal. I can't. I don't. His body scares me.
I don't think they'd be pushing him the way that they are if he was on roids, but he's
Right.
he's
Are
gotta
you
be on-
sure about that?
I don't think
I
he's on
think-
roids. I think he's on
I don't think
HGH,
so either.
but I don't think he's on roids.
I do.
he's on some sort of like either at the least like creatine that freaking is like water weighting his veins like crazy.
But I don't think, yeah. His body looks like a road map. That's all I'm gonna say.
Disgustingly scary.
It's just so hard to take him seriously though after like how long he's been buried since 3MB and
Mm-hmm.
everything else. Like it's tough to take him seriously, but
Well,
I'm giving WWE the benefit of the doubt. I want there to be new main eventers and stuff, and if it works, I'll be happy. It's just very tough for me to.
this should have been a slower build, in my opinion, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't.
The shock factor I think worked though.
Well, he could
I
have
think it's
won.
good.
People definitely talked about it.
He could have won the U.S. title off of Kevin Owens out of nowhere, and that would have worked. Like, there's different ways you can build him, but I like the direction they're going. I feel like it's just too fast. There's shock there, sure.
Also, don't call him the new American Dream. I know he was trying to get that over himself, and they like shot it down on Talking Smack last week.
Oh my God, he cannot be Dusty Rhodes.
Who said that?
He called himself that the week whenever he won the #1 chicken tender match. He went and he went on 205 or not 205 Live on Talking Smack that week and called himself the new American Dream.
Oh
And,
no.
and Daniel Bryan was like, "No, you're not. Like, no, you can't. Like, you're
Shane. Not even
Or it was
Daniel.
Shane, yeah, it was Shane. It was Shane, yeah.
Like when one of the top 5 guys in the WWE is like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. You're not Dusty Rhodes. All right, so the last match we'll get into right now is Charlotte Naomi, and before we tear this match a new ass because it was terrible, I want to say this. Charlotte said about an hour before the match, she learned that her soon-to-be 5th mother-in-law, I don't know.
No, not mother-in-law. Her
Her
stepmother.
stepmother,
Her father's
yeah.
fiance.
Father's
was in an
fiance,
accident.
yeah, was hit in an accident and was in critical condition. So I'm gonna give her a pass for the match.
I thought their match was better than the week before's match. I thought Naomi was sloppy as crap the week before. I thought this match wasn't that bad, to be honest, except for the ending. But that had nothing to do with either of them.
That's true. It didn't have anything to do with either of them, but I thought that Charlotte missed a couple of matches or a couple of spots, and she botched a little bit, and I don't know. I see a face turn, though. I think that they're turning her face, finally. They've got the new women's faction. The new
Women's Shield.
PMS 2, Pretty Mean Sisters, Part 2.
Yeah, except for you don't have Terry Reynolds, the hottie. And...
No, you got James Ellsworth instead. He's the real head turner.
He's like meat.
He's
John
their meat. Anyway, Tamina, Natty, and Carmella look like they've got some faction going on. And it'd be cool to see, you know, like James Ellsworth kind of be the manager of all three of those. There was never been a guy manager for a woman, I think, except for maybe Heenan. Heenan might have been a manager for... Or it wasn't Heenan, it was... I don't even remember who it was. Harvey Whippleman. Harvey Whippleman was the only other... male manager for a female back in like WrestleMania days.
Santino kind of was for a while.
For Beth, I think.
Yeah,
right?
for Beth. Yep.
I don't know if they were a manager necessarily, as they were like a couple. Like Eddie came out during Chyna's matches and, you know, those sorts of things too. But like I'm saying an actual manager. They would have, that's a really good point. So if Charlotte replaced Carmella, they could have had female legacy. That would have been pretty good. Any thoughts though on this new faction real quick? And maybe where it's gonna direct the title picture? Who do you think's gonna get the title? It looked like Natty was in charge. Her music played, so
I don't know. I can't. My Bailey's talking a lot. I can't really talk, but
Carmella is kind of up and coming. Natty is definitely the.
I think
that and Tamina's the heavy.
I just think they want to try and get older women involved in some way, and since like Bliss, like I don't know, I can't. Sorry.
So Charlotte's turning face. The thing that drives me crazy is why the hell did Becky not come out and help?
Well, they talked about that on Talking Smack because Becky Lynch was actually interviewed there. She was just like, "This isn't my business. I have nothing to do with it." They even like were like, "Well, look, like you should have went out there. Like you're friends with Charlotte or whatever." And she's like, "Yeah, but she's like, I don't have anything to do with this. Like that doesn't involve me." Really? Come on. They were like even trying to get her to be involved because I guess last night it was this past Tuesday JBL was there since 7 to 8.
Woohoo!
Oh my god, I don't. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna sigh at that. Oh. Final thoughts on SmackDown. If you guys want to rate the show, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. Just an average SmackDown. Some good moments, a lot of good segments, and a lot of throwaway segments. Nothing too spectacular.
They still have a long time until their next pay-per-view. They still have another 2 weeks, so it's not like a go-home show like Raw's was and whatnot, so it didn't need to be anything like spectacular.
I thought they could have done something more if you're going to build up the women's division the way they are and the tag team division. Popsky, what about you? Give me your thoughts.
If we're going on a 5 scale here, I'll probably just give it a 2. I skimmed through most of it. I probably watched 40 minutes out of the 2 hours. So the new women's faction they have going on doesn't really excite me at all. I don't know. It's just a bunch of. I mean, there's one new person, but new-ish with Carmella in that faction. But I'm kind of tired of seeing Natalya, to be honest.
Diana, anything you want to add?
I didn't even apparently watch the show, so. But I will agree with Popsky. I'm sick of seeing Natalya, but I can't give it a rating if I didn't even pay attention.
Go ahead and give it how many Diana margaritas out of 5? And are they strong ones to watch this?
2?
2.
So to set my enjoy SmackDown, you need 2 margaritas. All right.
Yeah.
I guess I just was so. I don't know. So I go on a Raw.
Okay.
I'm number Raw.
Oh, this is painful. So if you thought
Speaking of painful, can we just take a minute before we even start talking about Raw to talk about the new name for the next Raw pay-per-view after Payback?
Oh my god! Well, I got that listed later, but yes,
I didn't even see that listed later. I scrolled down, I didn't look. Why is it called Great Balls of Fire?
Why is it called that, and why is the New Day not on there? That's what I want to know.
Come on, you shake my nerves and you rattle my brains. That kind of love drives a man insane. Broke my will, but what a thrill.
Do you even...
No. All right, goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire!
Well, as bad as that name is, oh my god, Raw.
We had a Raw on Monday.
Oh my god! Raw was something special, okay? That's all I'm gonna
Raw
say.
was so bad.
So, let's start with the opening segment. There's every single match is an Inferno match.
I can't with this.
Raw was about as entertaining as a dumpster fire. Oh god, Kane's gonna come back and shock Shane's balls, and it's gonna be like Inferno Ball Shock. Good old Raw. Good old Raw. Alright, so this segment, I don't know. The first segment, Jericho, Miz, and Ambrose, god damn did it drag on. Like,
it dragged on, but I was that I was laughing at. But then again, I just like Jericho.
I loved the jacket. The
yes,
jacket
that
was good.
made me go crazy. Like, that was hilarious. I don't enjoy them switching between all three talk shows though. Like, that's kind of I like the three of them in the ring. Like, it was entertaining, but just overdone or too long. Whatever.
I actually liked Ambrose's promo. I thought this was the one time where I could sit down and watch Ambrose talk, and he was entertaining. He really was. Like,
damn.
Him and Jericho have good chemistry. You can see it.
They do. It's just
Just too bad that segment led to a terrible main event.
This segment in general, I thought was just way too long, but it was funny too.
It was entertaining, but it was too long.
How about Sheamus and Matt Hardy, GQ? How you doing, fella?
I have a premonition.
Oh boy, do you ever?
Hey, he like afterwards when they were gonna shake hands, he was gonna delete him. He even was going for the delete sign, and then he shook his hand.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right, GQ. Delete, 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 delete,
delete.
I thought that the tension in the ring with all four of them, toward the end, where Cesaro went up on the ring after I think Matt accidentally hit him, and they were arguing with each other, and I liked it. And I thought the match was actually really good, like for what it was. Yeah,
yeah, that was a good match.
It was probably the highlight of the show. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, it probably was.
Don't really have anything else to add. I'm actually excited for how they're building this tag team match.
They should have a decent match, I would say, at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. I could say that Matt Hardy and Jeff certainly haven't lost a step wrestling. Like, they're still fine workers. And
you can tell Matt's slowing down a little bit, though.
Sure.
But that's what happens with age, I guess.
Well, he's already in his 40s, right? Jeff is going to be 40 this year. Matt's already in his 40s, so...
Yeah.
205 match. Every Raw has to have it.
No.
Mighty Mouse and Perkins versus.
Can I just, because we're talking about 205, if you guys haven't seen, if you have the network and you haven't seen Ride Along with the Cruiserweights, go and watch it, because it's the most hilariously awkward episode I've ever seen with Kendrick and Gallagher.
That was pretty good. I remember that. I thought that was pretty funny.
All right, now you can talk about the match that I just didn't want.
I don't have anything to say. I just think that this match was thrown in, and God, I thought it sucked. Their timing was terrible. It was a spot fest. I love Gallagher. I think Jack Gallagher is my favorite 205 guy, and I just didn't want to watch this. Can we just?
Hate Perkins. I hate Perkins so much.
He streams on Twitch, you know.
I don't give a shit.
I liked Perkins when he was like. When he was in the Cruiserweight Classic, like I was pulling for him just because like I watched him in TNA, and whenever he like was under the suicide mask and stuff, like I thought that it was cool that like he was there. I was like, oh, this is neat. And then it's just like once they put the Cruiserweights on Raw, I like he came out to that really cool like video game music, like that sounded like it was like Scott Pilgrim Saves the World. And then I'm like, after like a week or two, he's just not doing anything, and he just. Yeah,
his promo work is just the worst I've ever seen. It has to be the worst I've ever seen. He's so like just bad. That's all I can really say. It's just he's so bad. He doesn't have any charisma at all. You could tell his lines are forced. It's just
We'll get into some forced lines. Don't worry. The next segment's got forced promo lines, but
oh yeah.
What?
Don't worry.
Wait. Okay.
I'll say this.
Can I wait? Are we on the dumpster match yet?
No.
Okay.
We're going there. I'll let you open up on that.
I have a serious question to ask about that.
Can we just dump the whole Monday Night Raw into the dumpster?
Real quick.
Push that off the stage.
Well, hold up. Real quick about 205 Live, and I just want to cap this off. If you want to see probably secretly like match of the year as far as 205 Live matches go, that was better than their pay-per-view match, was Neville and Gallagher tore the house down on 205 Live this week. If you have the network, do yourself a favor, watch that match. Really good. Like,
I haven't watched 205 Live in like.
I never even watched it.
I'll say that.
I used to watch it. I used to watch it every week, but now I don't care anymore.
I'll say that it's about a 3.5 or 4-star match. Like, I'd give it an A. I didn't think it was a bad match. I thought that if they put that on Raw, Jesus Christ, would Raw have been like amazing. People would have been talking about that. But instead, people are talking about the good old Dumpsterino match.
I have a question. Because I didn't pay attention to this either, apparently. Kalisto actually won?
Yes!
What?
Yeah, so...
What? I didn't think...
And then
that's right, he did, because he kicked Braun into the dumpster. And yeah, see, that got overshadowed by Braun pushing.
And then Strowman just decimated.
Yeah, never mind. It came back to me.
What the hell?
Don't ask.
He got drop kicked onto his feet in the dumpster, and he loses the match. What the fuck? He technically was in the dumpster.
But it's like, why would you book that? Like, this guy is going up against Roman Reigns. He freaking decimated Roman Reigns on a stretcher, threw him into the back of an ambulance, pushed the ambulance over. Like, I mean, what do you?
I guess because they wanted.
But then he can't even beat freaking Nacho Libre over here. Like, come on.
I was so hoping he'd Kevin Nash him and pick him up on his shoulders and just throw him into the Titantron. I was just hoping for that. God, isn't this the reason why Kalisto came from SmackDown to Raw? To get victories over their number one heel? WWE booking, wins and losses apparently don't matter, so what the fuck ever.
It's Braun Strowman! It's like Popsky's twin!
That's my dad.
Popsky's like a shit ton of steroids. If Popsky took steroids,
if I took steroids,
5 feet.
Strowman doesn't take steroids, though. He's a freaking bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Strong man. Sorry, not a bodybuilder. Strong man.
Yeah, he's.
They can't do steroids. The strong man guy.
He's just a giant baby face guy. Braun Strowman is the heel we deserve and need. I don't know why. Kalisto won.
He goes from just almost destroying Big Show to getting crushed by the smallest guy. Not crushed, but...
It's like what Unlove Tommy just said in your chat. It's like Dr. Doom losing to Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Foot dive. Foot dive.
Sad.
Don't worry, the next segment's just as entertaining.
No, just skip it.
Botching Brooks versus Alicia Fox.
Hey, at least they started using Alicia Fox to actually wrestle because she can actually wrestle.
She didn't get to wrestle very much.
On the bright side, we got to see Emma.
That's true.
Emma is awesome.
All I know is
nobody cares about Dana Brooke.
I legit stood up and went to go take a piss, and the match was over when I came back. So it wasn't a very long match. Apparently, Dana Brooke won, and Emma came out, and I thought Emma's character is... She's like that sly heel. I love Emma. Emma, to me, is my favorite diva. So, or women's wrestler. I don't know what to call them anymore. Women's superstar?
It's a superstar?
Is that right?
That's what they're being called. They're superstars.
That's what they're called now. Superstars.
Called superstars. Don't look it up! Oh, sorry, you were typing.
I was. I had to congratulate someone on getting married, which is awesome.
Oh, nice, Alvis. Congrats.
Congrats.
Can I just say that if we're going to move on to this next part, the backstage promo before the match with Joe, with good brother Joe, and
Good brother Joe!
Gallows is the most funny guy in the world. They beat up the nerds.
I love Gallows and Anderson. Oh man, if you guys want to go watch Gallows and Anderson's like best stuff, go watch them when they were in New Japan and they went around and they filmed themselves.
Watch them on Ride Along. Go watch them on Ride Along.
Oh, they are great on Ride Along.
We got the two Topsky guys here. Their heads are bigger than the other. Gallows and Anderson are amazing. I GQ, just too sweet, man. Just too sweet me. Just too sweet me. Too sweet, Popsky. Just do it.
Too sweet me, brother.
Too sweet. Too sweet. Diana. No, wait, no, because we got Team Diana. We got the Diana-gasm.
Okay. Besides Cass, though, just
we got Joe, Gallows, and Anderson. Team Good Brothers, we'll label them as that. Versus Diana's dream team, which she has dreams of at night. CrossFit Jesus, Finn Balor, and Big Cass. And by the way...
Okay, but you can't, I don't really include Big Cass in there. Yeah, I like him, but he's not, Balor and Rollins level in my head, so... At least
they acknowledged that Balor was... good friends with Gallows and Anderson.
That's what made me so much more, that made me so excited. I was oh my, once Enzo got injured, I was oh my god, are they actually going to bring Finn out? Is Finn actually going to come out? And I was, so excited.
What they should have done was had one of them throw up the too sweet symbol to Balor, and then Balor just, kick them and, to start out the match instead of them just starting out the match fighting each other. That's
true, but I actually thought they were gonna turn Finn heel. That would have been another perfect time to turn Finn heel, because you had Joe, you had Gallows, you had Anderson out there.
You can't.
That would have been another perfect time to go against Seth. I'm still waiting for Finn to turn on Seth because he's been teaming with him. That would have been the perfect time, and it didn't happen. It'll happen, but that was a good time.
If I was booking this segment, I'd have Finn. I'd have the too sweet sign. I'd literally have Finn kick Gallows right in the stomach, Gallows double over, and with Gallows' too sweet still there, and Finn just give it to him, and then give him a DDT or something.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. Anyway, it's supposed to be Enzo and Cass. Enzo got injured. The Good Brothers jumped him.
Injured.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but does that mean he's not going to be on the pre-show?
Ooh. I didn't think that through.
I'll say this. Cass can wrestle. Cass can work. I think Cass has more upside. His ceiling, I think, is way higher than anyone else's. The only thing that's going to hold him back, he just looks like a guy who should be like 6'4", and he's 6'10". Like, he doesn't look like a giant. There's nothing about him where I feel like he works like a giant.
I thought he was 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
You can't. But there's nothing that makes him look intimidating right now.
Kind of reminds me of like Test. Like he's not
really. I was gonna go with the Blueprint, Matt Morgan.
Really, see, to me, he just reminds me of Test. Like he's tall, kind of a little lanky. Like, I mean, Test did end up roiding up to get like bigger, but it's just like I don't think he has enough like muscle mass like Cass to really be like an intimidating figure. I like where he's at now. I don't want to see Enzo and Cass break up. Like, I love those guys. Their money, even whenever he does get a singles push, like I still want Enzo to be like his mouthpiece stuff.
I think you do that. I don't think you break them up. I think they're friends. I like them together. I like the match. I thought the match was booked pretty well for, a 3-on-3. 3-on-3 matches are normally clusterfucks. This one was fine.
Right. That was probably the second. What? Go on, Pops.
No, I was just agreeing.
I was gonna say that was probably the second best match of the night for me.
That's probably the best one of the night.
Besides that, so it was like that one, then the Matt and Sheamus match, and then the 6-man match were like the two matches I enjoyed the most because
I think the best match was Hawkins Cruz.
Oh boy!
God help! Get out of here!
You know what? Let's just talk about that one real quick. What the fuck, poor Hawkins?
No.
Poor Hawkins. He just jobs out to everyone.
He's just an enhancement talent, right?
But Cruz.
Hey, he gotta start at the bottom. Could you imagine that for the next 5 months, they just book this match on Raw every single week? And they just trade squash victories with each other? I would actually be entertained with that. I think that would be great. But I feel so bad for Hawkins. Oh. Alright. So before we go on to the main event, we've got one more match.
Which I forgot even it happened.
Bliss and Sasha Banks. I'm a massive Alexa Bliss fan. I think she's done a lot. She's won me over. I used to think she was really bad. I'd even rag on her. GQ would tell me to shut the hell up. And Bliss is really good. And then you've got...
Bliss talked, all I could see was her butt.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Alexa Bliss is hot!
And then you've got the little Sailor Scout, Sasha Banks. Ugh, I'd rather throw up. Thank you, Popsky. Thank you for being a voice of reason on this, because I get gangbanged by these two jabronis who are Sasha Banks is the best women's wrestler ever. I get verbally gangbanged.
We might gang up on you. We don't gangbang you.
I get verbally gangbanged by these two jabronis.
I mean, look, this isn't a page porno video over here. We don't gangbang you.
Okay, Brad Maddox.
Oh my God.
Okay, Consequences Creed. I mean,
Diana's Page. She does have the women's title.
What?
Alright.
I deal with these two's verbal diarrhea love child affair with Sasha.
Sasha Banks is a good worker, and she's
she's a good. Maybe her mic work isn't all that good, but she can wrestle.
She's amazing in the ring.
She can. I mean,
I think
okay, down at NXT, she was. I thought she was good in NXT. I just think the main roster has not been letting her do.
I think she's done great on the main roster.
Yeah.
Her and Charlotte had 50 great matches back to 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 back. Their no count out, no disqualification match thing was one of the best endings I've seen in Raw in a long time. Where she tapped her out to the bank statement through one of those median things.
Oh, the railings.
Yeah, I thought that was
good.
I thought that match was sick. I was like, man, this is crazy.
Popsky, why don't you talk some actual sense into these two?
Oh, can I just say something first?
No! No, you can't! You cannot say anything more.
What do you think, though?
Okay, then fine, say it.
I will say that, if anything, Sasha needs to turn heel soon. Because I'm just so sick of her coming out and defending Bailey.
Sasha
Other than
needs
that,
to
I
turn
like her.
down
I think
it.
But
NXT.
Sasha Banks sells so much merchandise to little girls and stuff. Like,
I think Bailey sells more, though.
All right. Well,
We're getting
well,
shut
you
up
guys want to go scissor Sasha Banks. I don't really care. Popsky, why don't you go ahead and give us your thoughts on oh god, this little Sailor Moon wannabe scout.
She's just bad. Everything about her is just garbage. She has the biggest forehead in the game.
so she's the Dookie Howser.
Oh, man. I don't want to go there on her, but
She's got
okay.
a 5 head. It's ridiculous. Her theme is absolutely terrible. Her mic work, she sounds like she's mumbling half the time. Like she's worse than Shinsuke. Like
Mike promo's worse than Shinsuke. Wow.
I just can't stand her. I mean, I didn't watch her in NXT, so I don't know how good she was down there, but I don't like her.
You know, NXT is this. The crowd makes every match amazing. Go watch Hulk Hogan versus The Rock from WrestleMania 18. Rewatch that match on mute. Or just with commentary. It's such a terrible match. I mean, it's not a bad match. I shouldn't say it's a terrible match, but the crowd made it into, like, a must-see match. But without that crowd, like, that match is just whatever. Sasha Banks is overrated. I don't want to get into it anymore. Alright, so...
You'd rather talk about this fail of a main event?
Oh, boy.
Because, like, I have no words.
Oh,
Still
boy.
better than Sasha.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. So, the first ever, now let me get into the backstory of this. So, The Miz versus Jericho and Jon Moxley. Miz has to find a partner. Kurt Angle says you got until the end of the show to find a partner. He goes around. No one wants to be his partner, but there was a good segment with him and Curtis Axel. It was great to see Curtis Axel get shown. I thought he was on SmackDown for some reason, but apparently he's on Raw, so I don't know. Anyway. First time ever I've ever heard of this. Two faces versus a heel, where the heel's not like a ginormous monster. The heel is like a little, like troll heel, like makes fun of people, wins by low blows and cheating and stuff. Two faces versus a heel. Who the fuck booked this? Who thought that this was gonna get anyone over? Oh my god, there's so many problems in this match. And
I'm
then
not talking about it.
And then the Miz's partner apparently was Bray Wyatt? What?
Makes no sense!
But it really wasn't, because Bray Wyatt just came out and laid everyone out. So
That's literally when Bray Wyatt showed up. That's when I turned off the show. I turned it off.
Can someone tell me? Well, can someone tell me what the fuck booking this was? Oh, I just don't get it. GQ, what are your thoughts?
I don't have thoughts on that. I don't know why they even went with that.
You want to know my thoughts? Just look at the Rhino's face. Just watch.
I liked that segment with Slater and Rhino. I thought that was pretty great.
I mean, I don't know why it was two faces versus a heel this way. Like, it's usually the other way around if they do this kind of thing where it's like two heels and then a face that can't find a partner, and then all of a sudden, somebody comes out and, makes the save. It's like, this is like the backwards booking. Like, this is not what you do. You don't have two faces beating down a heel. Like, they're bullying the poor Miz. And then Bray Wyatt comes out and just lays out everyone, including the Miz. Yeah.
Popsky, do you want to add anything to this one?
Not really. It's whatever. better than Sasha Banks, though.
Jesus Christ!
Let me ask you something. What was a better quote-unquote tag team match? This or the McMahons versus Shawn Michaels and God? Like, what was the...
I all about that.
I look at this booking and I'm like, this is worse than that. And final thoughts on Raw, guys, real quick.
No.
How many margaritas would it take you to watch Raw again, Diana?
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll give Diana 5 strong margaritas needed to watch out of 5.
Like, honestly, there was only 2 matches I cared for. The 6-man and the Hardy versus Sheamus. Like, that's it. And I turned it off I turned off Raw when Bray Wyatt came in. And I was like, oh, I'm done here. I'm going to bed. I have to go to work tomorrow.
Do you guys find it weird that how Raw is doing without Roman Reigns, though?
I felt relieved that he wasn't on Raw, though.
Well, they don't have 2 of their big draws. They don't have Reigns and they don't have Heyman there with Lesnar. So.
I don't even want to talk about that.
I'm not talking about like how you feel. I'm talking about how the show feels. Like how
I wonder if they're doing that on purpose to make the show, if they're writing the show to be crap when Roman isn't on the show. I wonder if they are doing it on purpose, because didn't you see the best hairstyles of WWE? They named Roman's the main event. I don't know. I think it's just a whole brainwashing.
Did you pun
thing.
us? Did you just pun us with something,
That was
Diana?
yeah. That was what WWE did it.
Oh boy.
Didn't you see my tweet?
I did not.
Oh, here, hold on.
Like, you watching SmackDown, sometimes I just don't watch your tweet line. But I'll have to get it. I'm sorry. But you know what? Your tweet line's still better than Sasha Banks. For you, that's a compliment for me and Popsky. That's not saying much.
It's kind of sad when the best segment of the show is a dude getting flipped over in a dumpster.
I don't even know if that's the best segment.
I think that is.
Kurt Angle. I want more Kurt Angle segments.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I think it was funny how Kurt was trying not to laugh when Elias Sampson came through the segment with him, Ms. Maurice. Like, you could tell he was trying not to laugh. And that just made me laugh even more, because Kurt is just too good with facial expressions, in my opinion.
Hey, Kurt and Chris Jericho are the 2 most entertaining people. And then when Braun Strowman decides that he wants to go and destroy things, that's pretty entertaining. But
that's like the best thing they have going for Raw right now.
Yeah, I don't know if that's saying a lot. There's nothing compelling. I didn't feel compelled. Honest to God, I thought that maybe I'll give this a half star out of 5, if that. If I can go a quarter star out of 5, maybe a sliver of a star out of 5. That was just, it was a clusterfuck writing, and it was painful to watch.
Yeah.
It's like Fastlane all over again. The Fastlane Go Home show was terrible. The Raw Go Home show for WrestleMania was terrible, right?
I wonder on the Superstar shakeup how bad that screwed creative up for writing for a lot of these, because I feel like...
Well, for the fact that didn't even get done until the day of, I mean, yeah.
I feel bad. I mean, we're assuming that, AJ was supposed to be on Raw, so... No idea. Alright, real quick. Let's go over some wrestling tidbits and news before we head into the pay-per-view. Speaking of Raw and how it's doing, the ratings are the lowest they've been since March of 97. But apparently there's more people watching, so I'm thinking more, the ratings are 2.6. I mean, cable's kind of slowly dying down.
Well, wasn't it after WrestleMania like 3.2 or something?
Yeah, it was. It was fairly high. It was strong.
An insane drop.
It's 2.06. Excuse me. It's not even 2.1. So yeah, that's a full point drop. That's insane.
Yeah.
But Hulu now shows Raw. You've got all your on the go devices, and
Right.
there's a lot of streams. I mean, I think that they said that they have more people watching. Like, even though the ratings are down, they're still high because there's more families watching. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know what families allow their kids to stay up till 11, like 15, watching TV on a school night. But hey, maybe that's just the modern thing. We were in bed by 10 growing up.
Yeah.
So, we have that. JQ, your thoughts?
On Raw being the lowest rating?
Yeah.
I feel like we live in a different era of, like, me and you, we don't even watch Raw on television. We literally watch it over an app through Comcast that doesn't count to the record. Then, like you were saying, like, there's Hulu, there's, people watching stuff on YouTube, people watching stuff illegally.
People watch it, literally you can watch the show on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like we just live in a different day and age where TV ratings don't necessarily matter as much, and I don't know if WWE really even cares about this stuff. Like, they're not making any big splashes, and the ratings just continue to go down over time.
I have a question.
What's up?
Why isn't Raw or SmackDown just on the network? Like, I feel like
contract obligations with USA Network.
What happens when their contracts go out with USA?
Depends on how much money USA gives them.
Because I feel like that makes sense. I feel like if Raw and SmackDown were on the network, that would probably help, people want to buy it more, so that the episodes. See, in my head, I'm thinking if it was on the network, you wouldn't have that long of commercials like we are.
Yeah, but hold up. That's the key thing you're forgetting. How much commercial time is actually bought into Raw? It's not like commercials are just randomly shown. Like, advertisements specifically.
Oh no,
buy
I know
commercials
that.
to go on Raw.
I know that. But I mean, like on SmackDown Live, it's a 2-hour show, and there are some nights where I feel like, I'm watching our commercials, and it's like. Seriously, it's a 2-hour show.
They have to get them in. I mean, like, if a company is willing to pay you $25 million, I don't even know, that might be a small number now.
I don't know.
Let's say $100 million per quarter for you to show their commercials for 30 seconds every hour. 30 seconds of your airtime, they want a commercial. Like, it has to do with the back end of TV and finances and logistics, and
it's like how the Super Bowl does it. Like, they have commercials all the time, and people pay for all those commercials.
They would just lose too much money if they went to the network.
Right.
I think that's the thing.
Also, like, how often do you watch USA when wrestling's not happening?
I never watch USA
Exactly.
unless it's.
I do. I like Suits. I'm a big Suits fan. I like.
You like that Chris Chrisley guy?
I like Chrisley Knows Best. I think it's funny. I'm sorry. I like that. I like Todd Chrisley. I think he's great.
That dude only has a show because he's got money.
All right. Well, speaking of money woes and money, the reason why it's on now, TNA, F the Owl. 3 big news stories coming out of them. First of all, they taped like 3 months of content in 4 days, which is insane. Scott Steiner returned. I didn't even know he was active in wrestling. Good old
Global Force.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, that's why he's even in TNA right now, is because their merger or whatever that they did.
This is all, if I can go find the Scott Steiner picture. This is what he looks like now, which is crazy.
Still the big bad booty daddy.
No, he's not. He's like the big bad floppy daddy. His pecs are flopping like crazy. If I can go and find the picture, but yes. Just not a Scott Steiner fan anymore. I think his time has passed, and he's got bad back problems. He does, so I'm just.
I don't know what's up with TNA right now, though. I mean, they've had like 2 or 3 people leave recently with like Maria Kanellis and them. You had Drew Galloway leave, the Hardys leave, Crazy Steve from whatever the heck the name of that thing is just left.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the name of it.
I think in the next like 5 years, TNA won't be a thing anymore.
I think by the end of the year, TNA isn't going to be a thing.
I think TNA.
I give it about 5.
I think TNA is. Well, I don't want to see TNA go under. Like, I think that
either.
more companies around are better. TNA screwed itself over royally.
I think TNA should go away from having the 6-sided ring. Though I've always thought that looks silly. Doesn't look like
that's
a
what makes
wrestling.
them different, though. I guess
it does.
That's why they brought it back in the first place. It was 4-sided when Hulk Hogan was.
I just think it looks trashy and cheap and less than.
Well, it's supposed to would pay homage, I guess, to the Octagon style, how everyth's set up.
Yeah.
Make it.
I don't think the ring's the problem at all.
But TNA does have newly renewed deal with AAA or AA or whatever their Mexican AAA and AAL. So those are two big companies down in Mexico.
And they just got one with Japan too, with Noah, I guess.
Not only did they get Noah, but they're gonna actually get some stars on the G1 Cup. I don't know who they get. They're gonna have 1 or 2 stars go over to New Japan.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm curious on who that's gonna be. They're in the talks right now. I don't know if it's officially worked out, but
I mean, the G1 needs some people. I mean, they're hurting, especially with Shibata, being paralyzed still on this right side, and
Shibata can't work anymore. And there's you can't really have the same winners win who won previously because there's a lot of turmoil.
Apparently Cody's gonna.
I don't think Cody should win. Cody still needs another year.
No, I think it's cool that he's gonna be in it though. I don't think he's in it.
Then Kenny's gonna be in it, and there's gonna be some other guys. The G1 will be fine, but it's cool that New Japan actually is reaching out. They reached out to the WWE, so maybe we could see some of the 205 leg.
I thought they had like an exclusive deal with ROH, so that's interesting. And they guys in.
Well, they have an exclusive deal as far as the pay-per-views and titles being defended, but I don't think that there's any problem with them going and seeing if they can, if they want anyone to come over and wrestle. I mean, Swaggers might be over in the G1. We don't know yet.
Big swags.
Yeah. Real quick, Eddie Edwards.
That'd be awesome if Alberto went there with TNA.
Yeah, Alberto would be good. Anyway, real quick, Eddie Edwards got injured. I'm really sad to see one of the Wolves get injured. Both of those guys are just great workers, great hands.
They're not really the Wolves anymore. They're feuding with each other.
Yeah, that's true, but sad to see Eddie Edwards get injured. The guy has immense upside, great talent. I'm surprised the WWE hasn't actually tried to get them yet. They need help.
They did at one point right before they signed with TNA. They did a match down in whatchamacallit, in NXT.
Yeah, they would have been great. And then the last big news, which you might see tonight, apparently, this is Rebby Hardy. I don't know what the hell we're calling her, but I think that's what she's called now. Kind of spoiled the rights, the broken gimmick getting sold to the WWE. Maybe we'll see some broken Matt. Maybe we'll see some deletion coming. I mean, he's been teasing at it too. You never know.
Yeah, calling Jeff Nero sometimes during the matches.
Yeah.
And like I said, almost doing the delete symbol to Sheamus. I mean, yeah.
I mean, he does it when he does this whole
his facial expression. His facial expression in their tag team partner is so
I love
great.
Oh. And the crowd is so behind it, they just keep chanting delete all the time and stuff. At first I was I thought the broken gimmick was really weird, but after I hated the first time I watched their match against each other, which was, what was the first one called? The Final Deletion was the first one. Yeah. I must have watched that 15 to 20 times because after watching it the first time, I had to go back and watch it again, but I hated it the first time. And then I watched it again and again and again, and then I fell in love with it. I was like, dude, this is actually really, really good. And then And then like the one with them versus Decay, I thought was like spot on. The one where they took over TNA for a week and they had like all the matches with like the Rock and Roll Express being there and stuff. Like that one was pretty cool, but it wasn't like as good as the first two. But man, the only thing is like, are they gonna bring in Senor Benjamin? Are they gonna bring in like Rebby if he does like this whole deletion thing? Like you've got to bring all these people in and bring in Vanguard One.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
if you don't have Vanguard One, oh,
The
I'll die
thing,
inside.
the thing about Rebby is, I think she's pregnant right now.
She
so I
is.
don't
She's
know-
like
Yes,
gonna.
yeah,
She is. She thinks she's in her 3rd trimester. Like she's gonna.
Okay,
doing
so
it too?
she's got a baby on the way. So I don't know if they can bring her in. I don't know how they'd feel about bringing in Maxwell or Senor Benjamin, Maxwell or Senor Benjamin. But who knows? I hope that I hope we get to see some broken gimmick stuff. Real quick, some TNA or some not TNA, excuse me, some NXT talent got released. Angela DeMarco, she did a lot of like the commentary backstage interviews, and on the road she did a lot of like introductions and stuff. Chris Adkins, who I don't really know, I mean I've seen him a couple times. Theophilus Agbai, no idea who that is, and then Tajiri, we knew he got released last week.
Didn't the Tough Enough guy get? Is that Chris Adkins or the Tough Enough guy that won like the last one? He got released.
No,
Oh,
he didn't.
that guy did get released?
No, he
got
didn't.
released, yeah.
The Yeti guy got released?
No, he did. No, they were saying that he did, and then he didn't.
Oh.
Oh,
He
okay.
still got a contract. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't put him in
I
there,
wonder why
but-
they never put him on freaking. He's a big boy and stuff like
Yeah,
why
he's
he's
a big
never.
dude.
I thought he was awesome. Like I'm glad that he won that season instead of freaking Z. I thought that was a good. I thought that I really liked that season of Tough Enough. I wish they would bring it back again, but they have other things to do.
Well, he's green as grass. That's the thing with him. He's green as grass, but he's getting there. People said they watched him on some live events, and he wasn't very good. He's been opening up some live events, and
Yeah.
it's just been not very strong.
Hmm.
And then Crazy Steve. I don't know why they signed Crazy Steve, but hey.
He wasn't a good worker. It's like the broken matches were good, but it's like I never like when he came in and was part of that freaking circus thing, like that was like their version of like the Wyatt family at first, and then like that didn't really work. I don't know. Like I don't think Crazy Steve's a good worker. I don't know why they signed him, but I mean, if they are signing him, it's not guaranteed that he's signing.
No, they signed him. He's already signed. 100%. That's what he said. The Great Balls of Fire match.
No.
No.
Or Great Balls
Yeah,
of Fire, not
no.
match. Pay-per-view, yeah.
Do you like how it says Lesnar confirmed keeping the title until July? Diana says
Yep.
this is bullshit. Can I just say
Go
one
ahead,
of the reasons
rant.
why I didn't watch WWE during Lesnar's title run in 2000, when the heck was he champion last? This is literally the same thing that happened. He held the title and didn't show up, right?
Right.
I didn't care for WWE because I thought that was completely stupid.
Isn't it funny how at this pay-per-view, they're the two titles that are being defended aren't well, no, technically there's only one title being defended, and well, other than the title.
No.
Well, okay, there's
There's
the women's
three
title stuff.
titles.
But as far
yeah.
as men's titles go, there's only one singles title being defended, and it's not even one that's going to be on the show and after tonight.
I
Like,
can't.
gone wrong?
I have a very strong opinion on Brock Lesnar, so we'll keep it the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brock Lesnar puts butts in seats. He sells
He does.
merchandise. He
It definitely does. Yeah.
he makes pay-per-view draws when he's there.
He does,
But
but
why put the belt on him? Why not have him drop the belt before, like on Monday Night Raw, have somebody like return and beat him or something? Like, don't need to have the belt on Lesnar. They should have never put the belt on Goldberg in the first place. Like, why not keep the belt on somebody who's actually going to be on the show?
I don't know. I feel like that Lesnar holding the belt currently is a waste of time. It is a new belt. The belt hasn't even been out for a year. The belt practically means nothing, I feel like. And I don't like Brock. I cannot stand Brock Lesnar. I don't like his character. I don't like that he's like making 12 million to appear for like 5 shows, or everything about him pisses me off. I can't. And like, I have my brother who gets mad at me because he loves Brock Lesnar, and I can't. I think it's a waste of time. Like, a new superstar could be holding that belt. There are so many more people on Raw that can be holding the belt that will show the belt and probably make it hopefully mean something than giving it to Brock.
So what you're saying is you want it back on Finn.
Well, okay, no, I'm saying
she wants it on Finn, and she wants Sasha Banks to be the women's champion for an entire decade.
No,
that's
I
all
like
she
Bayley
wants.
I like Bayley being champion, but like, I'm not saying putting it back on Finn. Like, Finn never lost the belt, so he needs his rematch eventually. But you can put it on somebody like I'm trying to think of who's on. I can't even think of who's on Raw right now. Like Joe, or maybe try to put like Miz up there. Go for Strowman even. Like, for fuck's sake, Roman's on the show. Just, at least Roman's on the show. He could be holding the belt right now. I'm not saying I would like that to happen, but I mean, he's at least there, rather than just having it disappear and then everybody questioning, oh, well, Lesnar hasn't defended the title in 30 days, so you made Naomi strip the title belt, and
right.
It's just a bunch of BS, in my opinion, that Lesnar can get away with anything he wants, and I can't.
So, here's the deal. Whoever takes the belt off Brock, Roman Reigns, will look strong and still be booed out of the building, but will look strong. Roman Reigns. I'm basically coughing over my shoulder as I say that, because it's whatever. You have to have someone be built up to beat Brock Lesnar, and it could be Braun Strowman. Strowman and Lesnar could literally trade the title back and forth all summer, and I would be entertained by that going into the Rumble. Like, that's fine. That's great booking. But, like, who right now is going to wrestle Brock Lesnar for the belt? Kevin Owens was probably the only person who you could have had face him, because Kevin Owens legitimately could come out and maybe outsmart Lesnar.
I feel like Joe would be a good one.
Joe would be good. I want to be.
Triple H and...
So, yeah, I think Joe Lesnar is next year. I think that you keep them far apart from each other. That is a build-up for next year, especially chasing after Roman Reigns' belt.
You could have Samoa Joe tap. You could have Samoa Joe tap out Brock Lesnar.
No, you have him choke Lesnar out.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant by tap him out, by choking him out.
Yeah, you have him choke him out. That would be great. I actually said that a couple weeks ago, but I think that, like I said, next year, keep those guys apart. That is a special booking that you can do, that you want to book at the right time. You just don't want to be like, oh yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna win. People already have that feeling that Reigns and Lesnar are gonna be a thing.
I think WrestleMania is too far away, though. I don't know if they're gonna be. There's rumors that people are saying that Lesnar's gonna keep the belt the whole way till Mania, which I think is bull.
I doubt. I don't think.
I think he's going to trade it back and forth with Strowman. I think that Strowman can... yeah, I'll get on that one after this, Gears. But I think that Strowman can go ahead and take the belt off of him and do it in a way where it doesn't have to destroy Brock. Strowman no-sells. He reminds me of how The Undertaker was no-selling. Just doesn't do it in a slow, methodical way. My favorite Strowman moment was he took a spear through the barricade. It took him about 2 minutes to get up, and he said, "That's all you got?" Like that, he yelled that to Roman Reigns. To me, like, that was the money moment with him, where I'm just like, this dude, he could go with Lesnar, and, it's not going to be a great match, but god damn, they could work stiff, and they could work no selling, and it's going to be a very New Japan style, two big bulls going at each other, not a lot of selling going on. I don't know if Strowman could take a German very well. He doesn't seem to be super athletic like he could, but I could be wrong. Real quick chiming in, Asuka apparently has the longest reign. I talked to GQ about this.
Yeah.
174 victories in a row.
She's more than Goldberg.
Yeah, more than Goldberg. Goldberg had 155. She's 174. Any thoughts on that? Yeah. Nowhere near what the Great Moolah did. 20 years? Jesus, 22 years I think is women's champion. But still.
Asuka's legit, though. I can't wait till she comes up to the main roster. I hope she just tears through everyone.
I think her and Charlotte have the highest money match for the women's roster. That's WrestleMania next year, not this year. Not this upcoming WWE year. Next year. That is just... You could honestly headline a pay-per-view with that match.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that would be it. Last thing, real... Oh, sorry.
Headline a pay-per-view with Sasha Banks and Charlotte.
We don't want to go on there anymore.
Yeah, we don't like to talk about Sasha.
Real quick, because we're running a little later than whatever, but X-Pac is missing. Kind of sucks to hear. I hope everything's okay with him. His Twitter's feed's been down. This is just breaking news, so we can't really comment much on it unless anyone's a big X-Pac fan, but he no-showed an event, and he basically just went missing for a while. So, yeah. And anyone want to talk about some spoilers real quick for what the House of Horrors match is going to be? Or
Does anybody want to hear?
Anyone want to hear what the House of Horrors match is going to be like? Anyone want to hear?
Should we just get to that whenever we actually talk about the House of Horrors match?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh boy. Let's just say there's some stuff.
Let's just get into prediction.
Alright, Payback. I'm going to go over the card. You guys chime in on anything. First of all, it's a little under 25 minutes away from the pre-show. Miz TV with Finn Balor. Why the hell is Finn Balor on Miz TV?
I thought of this the other night. I actually think he might be on there because, one, they're waiting for the Bray Wyatt Randy feud too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But they could set up for a match between Finn and Miz tonight.
That is true. Or to like have Finn go into the Dean Miz feud, maybe have a triple threat for the Intercontinental. I don't know, but I think it's because they are going to do a WWE 24 on Finn, like they did with Seth last year. They have one ready, and it's coming out in May. So maybe to talk about Finn being injured, Finn's going to promote his WWE 24 that's coming out in May on the network. I thought of that Friday night, I think. It kind of makes sense, and also because they had nothing else for Finn to do, and I think they wanted Finn on there. But on the kickoff show, I don't think so.
Jesus Christ, just throw Finn on a throwaway match. Like,
but it's like, who would you put him in a throwaway match with?
The Miz!
It would be Miz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They might end up doing that. They might have the Miz just get under. They might get Miz under his skin, like while he's interviewing him, and then it sets up for a match that takes place on the card. The card doesn't have that many matches.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm just, well, hold up.
And I don't see Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns going over like
that's your main event
5
for
minutes.
tonight, people.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not. Are you sure it's not?
Yeah, it's not. House of Horrors.
What is?
House of Horrors is closing out the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
I never thought Finn Balor was the greatest talker in the world. I don't know why putting him with The Miz, who's a great talker, is going to accomplish anything. You're basically exposing his weakness. What in the hell are you doing?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Fall.
So, I don't know. This is terrible.
Everybody's questioning. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, so into the wrestling news. The kickoff match, Enzo and Cass, which we don't know if Enzo's even going to be there. Storyline wise, he's injured. So, Enzo and Cass though versus the Good Brothers. Too sweet. Why is this not on the pay-per-view? Like, why is it on the pre-show? What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, you could probably swap it out with, like, I don't know, cruiserweight, yeah.
Yeah, you could easily, you could put this on the show, too. Like, WrestleMania went, what, 6 hours? It almost went past,
Yeah.
like, 12.
It's fine. They need to have a match on the pre-show, though. So, I mean, this match isn't for a belt. It's not even, like, confirmed to be a #1 contender match. So, it's fine. It's where it is, in my opinion. Even though, like, I love both these teams. These are some of my favorite workers in the business, period. I love the Good Brothers. I love Enzo and Cass.
Enzo's offense is ugly as hell, but goddamn does he sell. He is...
Yeah, he does, for sure.
And Cass is up.
I love when Cass throws him around, though. Like, it's good. They have a good tag team chemistry.
I mean, you've got so much that you can put on a pre-show that, like, people would watch. And the fact that this is on there, it's just, I feel like it not only devalues this feud, it devalues the tag team.
At least they're giving the match, though. Like, I mean, there's other wrestlers on the Raw roster who don't have a match at all. So,
Like Mickie James, who's already on her way to Raw, apparently.
like Finn.
Oh, well. You never know. I don't know.
But, I don't know. I think the Good Brothers are going to win. I'm probably the only one here who does. But I think because of the fact that the Revival just got injured at the wrong time, I feel like Gallows and Anderson are the heels that are going to, go after the Hardys next or go after Sheamus and Cesaro if they win. And I don't see them losing. And Enzo and Cass are on quite the lost streak or lose streak, however you want to say it.
Losing streak?
Losing streak. Yeah, that's the English I was looking for. And
I honestly don't think it'll be Gallows and Anderson. Because we've seen if Sheamus and Cesaro win, like we've seen that match so many times already.
We've also seen Cass versus Cesaro.
I think Enzo and Cass are going to win. And whoever wins tonight in their tag match, I think Enzo and Cass will become the #1 contender somehow because Enzo and Cass, I think, were going to win at WrestleMania. And since the Hardys came back,
I thought they were too.
So the Hardys came back, and that's why the win went to them. So I think Enzo and Cass will win tonight. I changed my prediction.
Which makes me think Enzo and Cass are lost in the shuffle.
I think they need it more than the Good Boys.
I think they do need it more, but I also feel like that they're kind of in a place where they are, they're super, super over as a tag team, but yet they're kind of in a place where they have to play second fiddle to the Hardys and whatnot. So like they are just kind of lost in that shuffle.
I think they need to win the titles before they break them up as well.
Yeah.
So here's the cool thing about the Hardys. With them being the broken gimmick, which we all assume they're going to, they don't need the belts.
Right.
They can do
They're
whatever
already
they
over.
want. Yeah, they're over, and they could honestly just have segments like where how the New Day filled up time. Because Raw needs that.
Hardy's losing the titles would do nothing for them, like negative or positive.
Yeah,
unless they go broken, which would be the only positive, really.
Even them winning this match wouldn't do anything for them.
Right.
I'm just, as far as this match goes, I just see Enzo and Cass winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gallows and Anderson, I feel like they're going, at some point, they're going to form the club. That's what we're hoping for. I don't think a win here is even going to impact what their future plans are. But they're great. Gallows and Anderson are great. They're mean and they make green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being mean and taking green.
I feel bad for this booking, and I feel bad that these two guys are, tagging up with each other. Not a big fan of it, but whatever. I think that this should be on the show, though. I thought their feud's been pretty strong. They've had a long feud anyway, since before Mania. All right, getting on to the show here. I think the opening match is going to be Neville, who's the champ, Mighty Mouse, against CM Punk Light Austin Aries. It's for the cruiserweight belt.
I thought he was CM Punk's mini me.
CM Punk Light. That's what it would be. Anyway. Do you guys think this is going to be the
CM Punk?
Do you guys think that this could be the best? Yes, Diet CM Punk. Do you think this could be the best match on the card?
No.
No.
Probably not.
Not when you have Samoa. Not when you have Seth
yeah.
Rollins and Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens and Jericho.
Yeah.
And even Reigns and Strowman. I think this match is.
I'm gonna predict that this
and
is
the
gonna
tag
be.
title match.
I'm gonna predict that this is gonna be a really good match.
I predict this is gonna be the worst match on the card, and the crowd is gonna be so dead after Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. If this is the first match on the card, I think this will probably be a match that they use as just kind of like a throwaway match between higher matches like later on in the card. I think we're probably gonna start out with the tag match.
Well, who wins?
Neville.
Probably Neville.
Neville retains.
God damn.
TJP is probably coming out. I say, like, on my predictions on the whatever, the game we're doing with Gears.
Yeah.
I put Aries, but I think TJP is going to come out and do some dumb shit, and that's why I don't think this match is going to be very good.
I like both these guys as workers, and I think Austin Aries has the ability to actually talk on the mic. So
yeah.
I'm happy.
I think they do need to put the belt on Aries eventually, but it's like I just don't see them taking the belt off Neville yet. Like they're just continuing to build him up as the king of the cruiserweights, and I think a loss would not be good for him right now.
Yeah, Neville. I think he'll keep it till SummerSlam.
I think
unless it's by like a schoolboy or something like that. If Aries won by like schoolboy or even one, he might win by disqualification. But I don't see Neville losing.
I think it'll be a submission.
I think Neville's going to keep the title as long as he can. Not as long as he can. I think he'll keep the title. God, probably till I don't know how long the cruiserweight, who had the longest cruiserweight reign or whatever. But I think he'll break that record. So maybe it'll mean more for whoever takes it. So I have him actually keeping the belt until Mania. Could be wrong, but whatever.
I think it's SummerSlam.
That's fair.
It's got to be one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm. The Hardy Boys versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the tag team titles. Of course, the Hardys are your champs. First of all, I'm going to say this. Fuck the owl. I love that. I love that shirt.
Speaking of, did you hear about people getting banned from TNA events for that?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Not only getting kicked out, but banned.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm a fan of whatever the Hardys do. They're great workers, and Cesaro and Sheamus. This might be the second best match on the card. This is the match where like it could either be really great and it could be the level of what the Usos were doing when they were stealing the show, or there could be mistiming and it could be terrible. I have the
Considering
Hardys.
what they've been doing with their singles, I don't think it's going to be very messy at all. I think they work great together.
I have the Hardys winning. Anyone else want to chime in?
I have Cesaro and Sheamus winning. Just in case they want to cash in that broken stuff tonight.
But see, I think even if they do go broken tonight, they could do it with them still like holding the belts. I mean, I don't know if they would, but just like the Hardy Boys came back at Mania, I don't think they came back just to hold the belts for 1 month. Like, I think that they're going to keep the belts on them for a while, build up the Hardy brand a little bit, and then once this run is over, then push the broken stuff.
So you don't think we'll see like broken stuff till SummerSlam?
I mean,
no, I think it'll be.
It could be then. I can see that. That's like good 4 or 5 months down the road.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I think it'll be sooner.
Hey, I like this match. Diana, who'd you have? Who'd you have for your prediction?
For what, the tag match?
Yeah.
Hardy. Sorry, my uncle got. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I know.
Hardys.
All right. What do we got? 3 Hardys and 1 Cesaro and Sheamus.
Yep.
It's not bad. Kind of split a little bit on this. I like it. All right, we got the champion Bayley versus the biggest booty in the business. That's not Naomi's. Alexa Bliss.
Bad ass.
She does. She got a nice ass. This is Bayley's hometown. She's probably gonna get the biggest pop. What are your expectations in this match, first of all, and then give me your predictions. Why don't you go ahead, Popsky?
I think it's going to be a good match all around. As long as Five-head doesn't come out and ruin everything like usual.
Who do you think's gonna win, Popsky?
I think I don't remember who I put down. I think I put Bailey down because I don't think, honestly, I think these next few pay-per-views are just going to be like building up for SummerSlam or whatever. So I think any champion right now is probably going to keep it besides the tag team.
How about you, Diana? What do you think? Who do you think here? Okay, Diana, thank you. GQ, how about you?
I think this match will be decent. I think Alexa will win. That's my opinion. I think that she can go over and be the women's champion on Raw for a little while and, gloat that she is the first woman to do that. I think WWE is very, very high on Alexa Bliss. And I think that they didn't just move her over to the Raw roster to have her just job out. I think Bayley's been an all right champion, but I think she's better when she's chasing instead of being the champ. And I think Alexa Bliss is the belt off of her.
What are your expectations for this match?
Of the match, I think it'll be decent. Like, I think Alexa's a little sloppy still, but I think she's like a decent worker. I've watched a couple of their matches in NXT. Like, they had a decent little feud going on there for a while when like Bayley was with the Hype Bros and Alexa was with Blake and Murphy still. Like, they had a decent little thing going on there, and they had good chemistry, and I think they'll have good chemistry.
Speaking of a tag team, God, I hope we get to see Blake and Murphy come back.
If I could say something else, I just don't think like Alexa winning right now is going to do anything for storylines. I think that they're going to keep going with this Bayley Sasha thing.
I mean, they could, but they could do that without the belt maybe, and then have Alexa. But I mean, who knows? Maybe Alexa's just move on to a feud again with Piggy James for a little while.
Yeah, I hope that's the case because nobody really likes Piggy James.
I'm a Mickey James fan. I'll say it.
I just like calling her Piggy
fan,
James because she's not even fat, and like they were like trolling her that she was fat.
She's got a nice booty, by the way.
She does, but like ever since she's been back, they haven't like the universe doesn't do anything. It's like they don't know who she is at all.
They don't.
Mickey James is a good worker. I'm sorry, Mickey James is still good. I don't understand why
she is. I agree.
Anything.
She needs to change her theme too. It's garbage.
Yes.
All right, Dianers, we'll try you again. Who do you think's gonna win?
I'm so sorry, my.
No worries. We know your Uncle Pal, Stal,
Uncle Festus was at your house.
Uncle Zeke. Uncle Zeke is at your house.
The one of the top ski bros.
Uncle Festus.
Uncle Festus.
I have Bayley. First off, I love Alexa Bliss, but I have Bayley because I see her holding the title till SummerSlam because I'm still waiting on that Sasha versus Bayley freaking feud, which I don't know if they scrapped it or not. I highly doubt it'll happen, but I have a really weird feeling that Sasha is going to turn heel. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow.
That's why I could see her like
costing.
I could see her costing Bayley the belt.
I don't know. I just Bayley's gonna win. If Bayley loses, I'm gonna be really confused.
What are your expectations for that?
But I thought in the betting odds, she's like supposed to lose, and it's her hometown. Hometown hero.
Well, that's because they're hometown. I think it'll be a good match. It's something new. Bayley versus Alexa. I see it down on NXT. It's something new, is what I'm getting at. It's Bayley versus Alexa. It's new. It's not Bayley versus Charlotte.
So
that's it.
I have Bayley winning this match. I don't actually think that Bayley versus Banks is even going to happen right now. I think that's a WrestleMania Raw storyline. Again, I'm thinking toward Mania. How are you building this stuff up?
We also have SummerSlam. That's
well, SummerSlam to me, I think, is Nia Jax versus Bayley.
Or Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. They were already kind of hinting that Bliss was scared of Nia, and I could see Bliss winning the belt and then going and facing off against Nia.
Bliss could easily win the title. there's a lot of things that can definitely happen.
Hometown
But-
hugs. That's a cool shirt.
That is a cool shirt.
That is cool.
I think that
I don't-
Bailey Banks is definitely going to hold the spotlight. I think those are the two strongest divas or strongest women's superstars on Raw as far as popularity goes. Even if
Right.
I have a distaste for one of them, but I actually think that this match is probably going to be the worst match on the card. I think Bailey's sloppy, and I think that Alexa Bliss is sloppy, and I think that you're going to see a lot of miscues, and this is botchamania material.
Yeah.
My prediction is that Bailey's going to win. So, not really super enthralled with this match. Bailey needs a very long run with the title if they're going to build her up.
She'll have to keep it all summer.
So, the face of America, Kevin Owens, your current United States champion, versus Y2J, Chris Jericho.
This could be match of the night.
Champion, and the champion goes to SmackDown. So, doesn't matter whoever wins or loses. It's
I think
the
Owens
champion
stays
goes.
SmackDown either way.
I think Owens keeps the belt, but I could see Jericho winning by DQ or something.
Yeah.
I think I have Jericho, or who do I have? I know
I
have
thought I
Kevin
had
Owens.
I think I had Kevin Owens actually winning, but I could see.
Yeah, I had Jericho winning. That's right.
I have Owens winning.
I have Owens winning.
I have Jericho winning via DQ with Kevin Owens backing out. Maybe. Honestly, what I would like to see happen is Kevin Owens gets intentionally disqualified and they build something up with his resentment toward Raw. I think that would be kind of cool. Because, well, Jericho's contract's not up. Jericho's about to go on tour with Fozzy, so...
On May 2nd.
Yeah. Here's the deal, though. What happens if Jericho actually wins the belt? Like, Kevin Owens is back on Raw.
Then
No,
you have
I think he's
another.
still SmackDown either way.
No.
No, the
champion
winner goes to SmackDown.
Yeah, loser goes to Raw, so...
Th-
So
th- then that
It's
means
the
you.
belt that's on SmackDown, not...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they said. That was like the stipulation.
So then you have another belt that's going to be gone because Jericho is on tour till the end of June. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how that's going to go. I have Owens winning, but now people are saying Jericho can win, and I'm like,
I don't
What?
think Jericho's gonna win. I don't
even
think
if
that's
it's
gonna
like people are like, if it's, I don't know. I
They're
can't.
not giving Owens all his new Titantron stuff and his new
That's true.
entrance and stuff like that just for him to drop the belt.
For the fact that people have made the betting odds like on.
Yeah,
Chris.
the bet.
How to make me wonder, don't you realize he's going on tour?
Bliss.
I don't know what's going on. I still don't understand how
He
you
can
do
win.
betting
Well, he can
odds
win by
on-
DQ. He can win by DQ.
That's true, but I didn't think of that, and I don't want to think that. It'll make sense, but it'll just be weird. I don't know.
If it was up to me, I'd love to see Kevin Owens beat Chris Jericho and then him pull Chris Jericho over him and just like have this massive resentment towards SmackDown and just go like on Raw as an anti-SmackDown campaigning guy and be able to feud with other people. But I
I mean,
don't see
that could
happening.
work, but what I could also see happening is like him just like destroying Jericho to like write Jericho out of the storylines, like have Jericho like maybe win, but then like he just like destroys him with like chairs and stuff. So Jericho's out for storyline reasons, but then it's like then Kevin Owens is on Raw. Plus that you need to have the belt on SmackDown for AJ to feud. So I mean, it's Kevin Owens is keeping the belt regardless of if he wins or loses the.
Right.
So I think that this is going to be a 3-star match. These guys are good wrestlers. They're
I think
good
that's gonna
workers,
be.
but-
I think that's gonna be match of the night. If it isn't, it's only gonna be because WWE books it to be like short and not good.
This won't be a short match. These next 2 matches will not be short matches.
No way.
There's not. There's
Really, the next two won't. I think the Reigns
No.
and Strowman will be.
Well, that's the third one, GQ.
I
guess
thought you said the
can't
next.
read.
You said the next two.
Oh, excuse me. These two won't be short.
Okay.
These two will not be. So I think this is going to go long. I actually think most of the matches on this show are going to go long. There's like 6 matches, I think. Maybe they're going to put a 7th match with Miz versus Balor. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 7 matches right now. They could put an 8th match with Miz versus Balor and it'd be fine.
Or put it for a triple threat match with Dean Ambrose for the example. Imagine. Sorry, I won't. But just imagine triple threat intercontinental match. It might happen.
When was the last time the Titty Master even defended the title?
I don't even know. Oh, pre-show?
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania pre-show?
Well, that's the Titty Master for you. Anyone else want to chime in on their thoughts and predictions?
Nope, just because we don't have much time left before the pre-show starts.
So, well, it's going to start in a minute here. Real quick, we've got CrossFit Jesus, Seth Rollins versus the Samoan Submission Machine.
Joe.
Fat, fat, fat.
Fat.
Who needs the match more?
Oh, Joe.
Joe, probably.
Because Seth won at WrestleMania. I see Joe winning.
Yeah.
Why do I now have a feeling that Triple H will somehow interfere in this match?
You know what I'd love to see?
Or
I'd love
Steph.
to see. I'd love to see. Yeah, I think Steph's gonna interfere. Or someone from NXT could get called up and interfere. I don't know who, but
Who though?
I don't know if you could put anyone there. But
Eric Young.
Oh God, not EY. I like EY.
No.
I don't, but I'm saying like you could bring up Sanity and but probably not.
I think Sanity's gonna.
I
go
hate
SmackDown.
Eric Young, but
could be Shark Boy. I don't know if he's down there.
Oh, show yeah.
Real quick, I was watching the Shark Boy New Jack. Go watch that on YouTube. It's great when they were playing games. Anyway,
Popsky, who do you think's gonna win?
And who?
Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins.
I think it's gonna be Joe.
Yes,
I've got. I think I have Joe winning too. I believe. I think Joe needs the victory way more.
Somebody picked Rollins.
If Rollins wins, the storyline ends.
It might have been Diana.
Diana, did
What?
you pick Rollins or Joe?
No, I have Joe.
Oh no, never mind. I'm pretty sure I picked Rollins to win. Never mind. The reason why I had Rollins winning is I think he's gonna win by DQ. I think you're gonna see a bunch of DQs on this show. Like it's gonna be.
Oh god, that would be horrible.
I think you're gonna see. I almost went with no DQ. I almost went with both of them being double disqualified. You could see honestly, and I wouldn't even be upset. You could see Joe just fucking destroy Rollins and the match get called off because that's how the WWE books half these shows now. I wouldn't be upset with that. I'd be okay. And then Joe comes out and maybe Russell's Finn. Could be a thing. Seth Rollins doesn't need to work every single night. He got overexposed way too quick. And this is definitely a long-term build-up. You could have these two feuding into SummerSlam with their blow-off match being there. Real quick, Reigns versus Strowman. Oh
Strowman.
Boy.
Because I feel like
Well, does anyone have Reigns winning this match?
some people do in the Discord channel.
With our group here on the 4 of us.
I don't think so.
No.
Anyone? Popsky, do you have Reigns winning?
I think I do. Actually.
Oh, God. Okay, we'll get into you in a minute, because that's going to be something. Anyway. I wanted to ask the question here to all 3 of us.
I mean, Strowman couldn't beat Kalisto. Who's to say he can beat Roman Reigns?
Will Reigns lose clean to Strowman?
Probably not. Strowman's probably going to flip the building.
Oh, God. Probably. I don't think he's going to lose clean. I think that this should have been built up as a no DQ match. Because these guys, Can I just say that, can D'Lo Brown please call and get some royalties from fucking Roman Reigns?
I'm surprised it's not an ambulance match.
Oh,
Yeah, they never did that, did they?
No, they never did the
Wow.
ambulance match.
The last ambulance match that I remember was Ambrose versus Wyatt.
Didn't
while
Ambrose
ago.
lose or something? Because the last one I was remembering,
that was when Wyatt just kept losing matches all the time. I was pissed.
the one that I was remembering was Ryback versus Cena.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one too.
Oh,
I wonder who won that match.
Burp, burp, burp. All right, Popsky, go ahead and tell me why Reigns wins. Give me the lowdown.
I mean,
Educate
are you really
us.
gonna stop like his momentum after beating the Undertaker and retiring him?
I'm shocked that he's even wrestling at this pay-per-view.
Yeah, he should be off TV for a while. That's a good point, though. That is a good point. It does devalue his Undertaker win, but that's WWE booking. They don't care about wins and losses.
Question:
Yeah.
Will Roman Reigns get booed the most out of anyone at all tonight?
Most likely.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on TV for a couple weeks, so.
I mean, that heat that he got whenever he came out after beating
God.
Undertaker.
That was
That's
nuclear
things of legend.
heat.
Yeah.
That was X-Pac heat dialed up to 11. Oh boy. All right. Last match of the night, and we'll give you a little bit of a spoiler on what the hell this is. First of all, a non-WWE title match, because for some odd reason Bray Wyatt doesn't get a WWE title rematch. The House of Horrors match. You got
Wyatt.
You got the appendix predator, the the appendix predator, good old Randall Keith Orton versus spooky upside down Spider-Man, Bray Wyatt. I have Wyatt winning this match.
I do too.
Me
Since
too.
it's not for the title.
Yeah. And anything you guys expect from this match before I kind of spoil some stuff? Real
Nope.
quick.
I expect it to be weird, and hopefully kind of hopefully kind of non-stop deletion-y or whatever.
I just don't get why Wyatt doesn't get a title match here. This is such bullshit.
Because I don't know.
Maybe if you just steal the title, like Jinder Mahal steals the title, and all of a sudden Randy doesn't have a title to defend, so it's a non-title match. Or hell, how crazy would it be if Wyatt wins the title and Jinder Mahal steals it, and Wyatt just doesn't give a shit, and Jinder Mahal goes around and is like, I'm the champ now. Like, that'd be great. I wish they would do something like that. Anyway, real quick spoiler alert. I'll give you guys like
Here's a spoiler.
20 seconds.
That shirt that Jerry the King Lawler's wearing right now on the pre-show is
Oh,
pretty
God.
ridiculous.
His shirts are ridiculous. But anyway, spoiler alert if you guys don't want to know what this match is going to be. If you guys want to just go ahead and mute the stream for a couple. Give you guys like 10, 15 seconds here. Well, this is entertaining dead air time. Popsky, we need some of your music to sample on here. Like just 10, 15 seconds.
Popsky, when are you gonna make us all theme? I'm just kidding. I already have my
made
song.
you one.
I know, I have it still.
GQ has one too.
I do.
I have 0 themes, but I don't really do themes. I come out to silence like what's his face.
I need a John Cena theme.
All right, here's the spoiler alert, guys. So apparently, apparently 10 minutes of this match was already taped. It's gonna involve Randy Orton coming out in a limo to this house. We don't know. Randy Orton in houses, he's an arsonist, so you never know what the hell he's gonna do. And it's going to be an actual house match with... And I think this could open up the show, by the way, and then they do this for the end of the show, but... Baby dolls are gonna be hanging from the roof? What?
No, I hate that. This is just their way of saying, hey, we don't know what we're doing still, so this is what we're doing.
Are we gonna see cockroaches and stuff like
I
lights
think
again?
so. I think so. Oh
Well,
my god.
We'll see real ones probably. Hopefully not projector ones.
Yeah, real
I thought the
ones
projector
and-
ones were pretty neat though, too.
Yeah, I think they overdid it though. Like if they would have did it like one time, it would have been fine.
If they
It was
do...
better than Randy Orton's snake, that's for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. That
Oh,
snake looked like it
God.
was having seizures.
Randy didn't even like that.
Well, I think Randy Orton was being forced to walk a little faster, and that's why they did it. He's like, no, I want to take 30 minutes to walk to the ring. God, I hope that it's like a Saw movie. That's all I can say. I mean, you can't have, like... My favorite moment in any of those movies was when they threw that one drug addict into the pit of needles, who's like a recovering addict. Like, I hope to God there's a spot like that that's, not needles, but something like very disgusting, like maggots that he gets thrown into, or worms. Hell, even the boogeyman popping out and say, "I'm coming to get you." I would love that.
Yeah.
Your guys' favorite person!
They need
Sorry.
to do stuff.
What up,
Anyway.
Yeah, Sasha Banks is on the pre-show.
What
Oh,
up, Five
God. 5 head.
Her head doesn't even look that big.
Well, GQ, we know you like to think with your penis. It's okay.
Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
just kidding. No, I'm
Speaking
just
of
kidding.
thinking with your penis, hey, Richie, look, it's Renee Young.
Oh, God, so hot.
She's off the market now.
I know. She's Moxley's valet.
Married.
Married
No.
to John Moxley. Anyway, that's it. That's our show.
That's
for
all.
today. Yeah, guys. So,
That's all, folks.
that's
Now
all.
go watch Payback, have fun.
We'll be here next week.
Yeah, follow the channel if you're new, and follow us all on Twitter.
And if you want to join the wrestling Discord server,
Diana.
here's post the form link.
Will I be here next week?
I think Carnage might be here next week, but I'll keep you in the loop.
Word.
So, anyway, that's it for us this week. Hopefully, we'll hit you guys up with some results on how we did, and maybe the loser on their picks has something happen to them. Who knows?
Oh, God.
But for this week, signing off, guys. Everyone, take care. Have a happy and enjoyable Payback pay-per-view experience. Later.
Hopefully.